This is Naveen Ajindapa. Today, let us go ahead and try to analyze if you have to apply for a Scrum Master position and look through the job postings. How do you analyze the expectations from the company? What are the expectations? How do you get prepared? What do they expect out of you when you apply? What should your resume contain? Or how do you get prepared for your interviews? So let's go ahead, look into one of the case study or an example of how to get prepared for a Scrum Master positions or apply for a job. So this is Naveen Anjanappa from 12 Principles Consulting. I'm your agility guide. We are into coaching and training, and specifically for enabling people to perform their best using Scrum. One of the students sent me a list of job description for a Scrum Master position, and I thought, let me go ahead and dissect it, try to look at what are the expectations and activities that the company is expecting for a candidate who's going to get filled for this particular position. This particular company, they're expecting that the Scrum Master, the position is going to be to ensure that the team members in this particular company, the Scrum Master job responsibilities are established as the Scrum Master is responsible for facilitating all the Scrum ceremonies. Remember, the Scrum ceremonies is an older name, and now we call it as events. So we have the Scrum events, wherein the sprint planning, daily Scrum. So this is the older name, so you make it as daily Scrum. The sprint review, the sprint retrospectives, and enabling the team members to be effective and efficient during the sprint. So remember, there are 5 events in Scrum, out of which the bigger event is called as a sprint, which is basically to inspect the situation, adapt the situation, and within this sprint, we have the 4 more events that is taking place, and the expectation is the Scrum Master would facilitate all these Scrum events. So as a Scrum Master, you should know all these Scrum events. What is the goal of these meetings? What are the tools and techniques that you should be using? What are the strategies? Who would typically participate in this particular events and ceremony? And then how it is going to be done? What are the tips and tricks? And a lot of working experiences from your office. So this is what the company is expecting. So when any candidate who's going to apply for this job should be able to thoroughly understand the Scrum events and then be able to manage these events, facilitating independently. So it is an interesting one, and I certainly agree that the company has put up a real sensible request here. The next responsibility is the Scrum Master to be able to remove the impediments that hinder the team's progress. It's a very interesting one. So the Scrum Master, the candidate, should be able to coach the team on how to remove their impediments and also ensure that the impediments are effectively removed and the team is progressing towards their goal. So it is important as a Scrum Master to handle this. So what could the interviewer and the company be looking at? Your past experiences of what kind of impediments have you seen that has been hindering the team's progress, and then how have you removed those impediments, or how have you been working with those impediments so that you can remove them and ensure that the team is progressing forward. So this could be an attention for looking at. The next one is, as a Scrum Master, you need to coach the team members on the agile principles, the Scrum practices. This is a very interesting one. When you talk about the agile principles, remember the manifesto. The Agile Manifesto describes the 4 values and then the 12 principles that as a team, when you call yourself as an Agile, you have to follow them. So the principles and values becomes very important part, and it is interesting to see that the Scrum Master, the company is expecting them to coach on the Scrum principles, values, as well as the Scrum practices that needs to be there. As a Scrum framework, you all know that Scrum does not have any strategies or any of the tools and techniques highlighted, but it is the responsibility of the team, the organization, to come up with the strategies, tools and techniques that typically follows these values and principles, and hence coaching the teams to understand the values and principles becomes important while they're working. So this is an interesting ask by the company, and this is the kind of job that the Scrum Master should really focus on. The next one is, as a Scrum Master, you're asked to foster a collaborative and transparent team environment. This is an interesting one. So as a Scrum Master, the company, the organization is expecting that you will create a transparent environment wherein the team members can have open communications. So there is no fear. Fear has been removed. There is a commitment. So there is a committed team focusing on the goal, and then the team works on good collaboration. And it is very interesting to look at this expectation, because as a Scrum Master, your goal is to build the self-organizing, self-managing team. And one of the attributes of a self-organizing team is to enable the team to have a good ecosystem to work on. The next one. In this, the Scrum Master is expected to support the product owner in managing the product backlog and ensuring the team understands the product vision and the goals. So this is one of the responsibilities of a product owner. So a lot of times what people think is the product owner talks to the Scrum Master, and then the Scrum Master talks to the developer. But this is not the case, and this is the wrong expectation. Here, it is very interesting to note that the company is expecting that the product owner and the team members, they are going to collaborate with each other. As a Scrum Master, you are here enabling the collaboration to take place. So supporting the product owner in managing the product backlog and ensuring the team understands the vision and goals so that you can facilitate these people's conversation. So what could the company be expecting? They might be expecting from the candidate the past experience working with the product owner and how they have help the product owner in managing the product backlog, creating a vision, communicating the goals and the product backlog items. The next point is to have the Scrum Master focus on building the team. Building the team. So in order to build the team as an effective team, so the company is expecting the Scrum Master to monitor and report the team performance. So typically to see how the team is performing, what are the improvement areas, how individually the team members can improve, and as a whole team, what are the things that are required, and suggest the changes that a team improvements needs to be there. So in this particular step, you could expect an experience of the Scrum Master in building the self-organizing team. So having an experience of building a self-organizing team and improving the team members to go to the next level could be an interesting experience that they might be looking at. The next one is the company is expecting that the Scrum Master would focus on promoting the culture of continuous improvement. So which is very important. And as a Scrum Master, you need to encourage the team to do the experiment, learn and adapt. So basically the Scrum Master has to create an environment for continuous improvement and also ensure that there is a continuous improvement that is taking place as time progresses by. So this is an interesting one. So again, the past experiences of how the Scrum Master has helped the team to improve over a period of time could be a very interesting experience to share both in the resume as well as in your interview. The next one is to ensure that the team adheres to the defined processes and practices while remaining flexible to adapt to the evolving project needs. So here, the Scrum Master is expected to look at how the process or the teams are using the strategies, tools and techniques, and also to enable them to experiment and improve as needed. So now, in this, again, the hiring company would be expected to know what is the background experiences that you have had to improve the team's adaptability, looking at the needs of the project, as well as what kind of problems you would have faced and what kind of steps you have taken to get back the team to follow the principles, follow the practices that were defined. So here it is very clear that the company is not expecting the Scrum Master to be a ringmaster. They are expecting the Scrum Master to be flexible enough to help the team to adapt to the ecosystem as well as change their strategies, which is a good coaching step. The next step is, as a Scrum Master, the company is expecting you to shield the team from the external disturbances. So as a Scrum Master, you should have the courage to say no and also protect the teams and help the team members to focus on the sprint goal. So how do you focus on the sprint goal? How do you help the team members say no and demonstrate the courage during the sprint? That was an interesting requirement and abilities of a Scrum Master that the company is asking for. I was very happy to read through the expectations of a Scrum Master because they are in line with what a Scrum Master, according to the Scrum framework, should be doing. They're not expecting a personal assistant job of booking the meeting room, sending the minutes of meeting, managing the team's timesheet. They're more sensible here, and anybody who is interested should be exploring this particular job position. Now let us look at what is the company expecting you when you're applying. So who can apply for this position? Now, what is the company expecting? Who can apply for this position? In order to apply for this position, the company is expecting that you have a bachelor's degree in computer science, information technology, or any related field. So anybody with a bachelor's degree with a sensible knowledge about computer science, information technology, the electronics, communications should be able to apply to this. Then the company is expecting that the standard candidate should have a certified Scrum Master or any equivalent Agile certifications. So typically the certified Scrum Master or any other certifications which validate your Scrum knowledge should be applicable. But Scrum Alliance Certified Scrum Master is the most popular one from most of the organizations that they look at as a industry standards for understanding Scrum. The proven experiences as a Scrum Master in the software development environment also is an added advantage here. There's a strong understanding of principles and Scrum practices. So as a Scrum Master, you are a master of Scrum, and it is required for you to have a strong understanding of the Scrum practices, the values and principles of Agile Manifesto. How do they apply for? These are very interesting. As a Scrum Master, you should have excellent facilitation skills, communication skills, and interpersonal skills so that you can handle people issues as well as the leaders. And this is an interesting one. Soft skills are required. Your ability to remove the impediments, resolve the conflicts within the team. So here you will need to know how to coach the team to remove the impediments. How do you work with the stakeholders and the team members while there are problems, impediments, and what are the strategies that you would take to resolve the impediments, visualize those impediments, communicate them. And the conflict resolution. There are various different techniques for conflict resolution. How do you handle the conflicts during the team's conflict situations? How do you resolve them? What kind of techniques do you know? And what are your past experiences that could typically help? Experience with agile tools such as Jira, Trello, and similar. So most often the people use Jira or even Excel sheet. So you don't have to worry much about these agile tools because a tool is a tool. Tools learning is relatively simple. So what I would suggest is if you have a hands-on experience of any of the tools, it should be good enough to apply for this position. And Jira is probably one of the most popular things that most of the people know about. As a Scrum Master, you should be having a strong problem-solving skills and proactive towards addressing the challenges. I'm expecting that with the expectation that the Scrum Master's responsibilities was mentioned, they're looking at problem-solving with respect to people, problem-solving with respect to the culture, impediments, the ability to adapt to the Scrum framework, inspecting and adapting the complex zone. So probably they're looking at a Scrum Master to be having that mindset of problem solving in handling the teams of various experiences groups and also enabling them towards the sprint goal and focus towards making them a winning team. The Scrum Master is expected the ability to work with a cross-functional team and manage multiple priorities. And I think here, unless they are expecting that the Scrum Master would replace the product owner and handle the product backlog items, work with the teams to prioritize the product backlog items, manage the product backlog items, I think this is one thing that needs to be clarified. If it is about the working with this cross-functional team to build them as a team, help them manage their priorities by facilitation, by coaching, then you're good to go. So you can probably check on this during the interview or while applying for a job. But certainly, as a Scrum Master, you should have the ability to work with cross-functional teams and you should understand their language because the test engineers, programmers, the architects, managers, they will have various different background in the thought process, so you should be able to communicate to them in their language. It is not about a technical capability that will differentiate, but then understanding what is the expectations, what are the thoughts around these people would make a huge difference. It is also the knowledge in the software development process and best practices is an added advantage, which means you should have at least a few years of experiences working in the software development processes so that you know the complete end-to-end SDLC. So you can understand how to coach people or mentor people during those process and steps. So now, a lot of people ask me about, I have the experience, but I don't have a certification. If you feel like you have the experiences required to apply for this kind of a position, and you only lack in terms of getting the certified Scrum Master as a program, certification program, or you want to learn about the certification program and the Scrum Mastery work, here is an opportunity for all of you. I conduct the online live trainings for certified Scrum Master as well as certified Scrum Product Owner. We guarantee the best price 100%. So the best in the industry as well. You can contact us on the phone number displayed here along with the website. You can also contact me on the WhatsApp message, so I will be able to help you out. The upcoming batches that might help you is the 3rd and 4th of August 2024, 17th and 18th of August 2024. These two batches are basically the morning batch from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on an India time, And if you are in a different country, probably like Europe and Middle East, and also the American countries, so you can go ahead and look into the evening batch of India time. This will be a morning session. So we have it on 10th and 11th of August and 31st of August and 1st of September. These are the batches that are currently available. You can also explore the other batches on the website given below. If you need any support, you can as well message on a WhatsApp. There are limited seats, so you can go ahead and grab your attention and enroll for the Certified Scrum Master Training and Certification Program. The program that we have is got the standard registration, the premium, and then the executive registrations. So you can explore which one best suits your needs and then get certified. The disclaimer: the exercise was to help people who are applying for a job to understand how do we go ahead and look into what are the expectations of the company and prepare the profile in such a way that you are potential to be shortlisted because of your experiences in those areas of work. And this particular video is not to tell you that you will be 100% certified after the training is completed, though we have the students getting certified after our training. It is about you learning about the Scrum and also the Scrum framework, the values and principles, so that you will have more confidence. You will have more. So we are looking at enabling you to have more confidence while you apply for a job. So this particular video was not made with an intention of selling the CSM class, but to help those people to dissect all the thought process that are required while you're applying for a job change. Of course, if you feel like you have the experiences that are required, but only lack in terms of not having a certification, then you can explore this particular training that we are offering, which is for Certified Scrum Master. And this certification would certainly be value adding for your profile when you apply for this kind of a job. Thank you so much. This is Naveen Nanjundappa. I hope I added some value to all those people who are looking for a job change and how do they get prepared for their application for this kind of a job posting. If you need any particular help or support, you can always reach out to us for the services that we offer, and we would be happy to help you out. You can also explore the free online training that we provide in order to explore if we have a style that matches your learning capability. So look for the website and see if you want to join for our free Scrum training, which is for about 1 hour, 2 hours, and then you can take a decision whether this particular class really helps you or not.